I want to remind you that on Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock in your office, you have an appointment that you scheduled with two of the wonderful people who work for you, Hans and Helga. You remember them. They're the ones who sent you that proposal. It's a proposal for a new venture that could be an extension of your organization. They think it's going to increase your top line, your revenue. It's going to contribute to corporate profit. And they think, because they're marketers, they think it's going to add 10 percentage points to your market penetration. What do you think they're going to want from you? What are they going to ask for? Money. They're going to ask for money, which reminds me, I forgot to mention something that in that proposal they sent you at the bottom, maybe you missed this. They think that's going to take about 100,000 euros to do the first phase. 100,000 euros. Now, you're business people, so I think I know what you're contemplating right now. Goodbye, 100,000 euros. Well, maybe not, maybe not. They think that money is their most important need. But they're actually wrong. Money is not their most important need. At this point, with a new idea, what they need is advice and coaching and a little help. People everywhere have good ideas. All kinds of people, I might add. Some of you, over here, some of you have ideas for a new venture, something that could change your life, maybe change all of our lives. The thing to remember is that whether it's you or a friend of yours or our friends Hans and Helga, they need to get it right from the start. They need to have help to get over the hurdles. I'm going to show you a picture of some other new venture people. That, my friends, is the founders of Starbucks when they were age 28. That's Gordon Bowker on the left, Jerry Baldwin on the right, and that fellow in the middle is, well, that's me. And here's a thought for you. If these three guys can start Starbucks Coffee Company, just think what Hans and Helga can do. New ventures happen in established organizations like yours. Here's an example. Oh, another coffee bar. This is a coffee bar called Il Giornale. It was an idea of Starbucks' vice president for marketing and sales. His name is he was at that time vice president. His name is Howard Schultz. He suggested that it was time for Starbucks to open coffee bars. This is in the mid-1980s, a long time ago. Management and the board agreed. The company was established as a separate organization with its own name, and Mr. Schultz became its leader. Interestingly, Howard Schultz today is executive chairman of all of Starbucks Coffee. So, new ventures do happen in organizations like yours. And our friends Hans and Helga, what about them? Well, you've already made a good start with them. You're taking them seriously, you're giving them some respect. You set a meeting with them. You're going to listen to them in that meeting. And you're going to be fairly neutral, I hope. And you're going to ask questions. Because they want 100,000 euros from you, I think they're going to listen to your questions. And they'll probably come back with a vastly improved plan. Questions, I found, are the way to encourage new venture, new idea people to dig a little deeper, to look for those problems that are lurking underneath the surface. They're always there.
How did you come up with the name and the logo of Starbucks?
Well, I said that you need a team. And the name came from the founders. By process of elimination, we had a long list of names. The lawyer called one day and said, okay, I need the name now to file the papers. So we chose a name that really works. It's easy to say, it's easy to write, it's memorable. Regarding the logo, Gordon Bowker, who you saw on the screen, had a separate career as a positioning marketer. He would help corporations position themselves. And he had a partner named Terry Heckler. Terry Heckler was the designer of the logo. Originally, well, you can still see it, it was a twin-tailed siren. She was a little more graphic in those days. She had body parts. Oh,
she still have a lovely shape.
Yeah, she's pretty shapely still. This twin-tailed siren is something from ancient Greece. She was reputed to have unbelievable powers of attraction. 2 tails.
Ooh. And she has unbelievable attractions on me every morning, I can tell you that for sure, otherwise I can't wake up. Ron Wayne, he sold his shares for $800 back in 1976, and he thereby missed out on $35 billion. And Joe Green, who created Face Mash with Zuckerberg, he got the chance to get in on Facebook, but his dad said, don't do that, you had trouble with him in the university, don't do that. So he said no, and he lost a chance of about $3 billion because he could have reached 4 to 6% of the company at that stage. And you also sold before it became a huge success.
And my partners also sold before it became
exactly.
a huge success.
And I'm just wondering the $1,000,000 questions.
Sure.
Have you any regrets?
Well, I have an answer to that. I also have a short story first. I once won a lottery for $1,000 in the United States about 15 years ago. I thought it was really fun. So I went to the office where you get large amounts like that back, and there was another guy there who had won $1,000. And I'm jumping all over the place and having a wonderful time and getting my money. And this guy was so sad. And I asked him why. He said, if I had just gotten one more number, I would have won $1 million. I thought, that is a terrible outlook on life.
You could have
when I sold my shares in Starbucks, I was really a happy guy. And I must say that one of the reasons is that, and I think this is probably true of many people in the room, I think I know who I am, and I'm an early stage startup guy. And at the time that I sold, I had been working as a vice president of Starbucks Coffee Company for a decade. And we had a couple hundred employees or more. It was a successful, respected company in Seattle, Washington. And I was done. That was enough for me. And I went on and went through the entire startup cycle again and again.